fighting with your wife. Are you fight or flight? Are you a fight guy or are you a flight guy? Problem with your wife, a disagreement. I'm in one right now. And I'm calling it a disagreement, not calling it a fight. Not calling it a fight. It could be a fight. It could very easily be a fight. I'll be honest with you, I think she wants to fight. And sometimes we need to fight. We need to collide. We need to collide at times, but we don't always need to fight. We used to fight a lot, where it was not healthy, it was not productive. There are times when we collide, and although it doesn't seem healthy at the moment, but when we're both speaking our truth and being honest about our feelings, even though we don't like what the other person has to say, it's extremely beneficial and it's extremely necessary to marriage growth. Tonight we have a disagreement, and we're on pretty much opposite ends of the spectrum. But I'm trying to learn, guys. I'm trying to grow. I'm not flight. Like, you've got fight, just like fight, and you've got flight where you run away from it. There's a place in the middle. There's a place in the middle is where I'm trying to be. Okay? And that place in the middle is the lighthouse. Meaning, my wife, like a lot of women, is very emotional, and I am very unemotional, non-emotional. And in this situation, what I'm attempting to do, okay, I'm trying to get better as I get older, is just be a lighthouse, I'm trying to be steady, firm, my light's going out, like this is where I stand on this. That's coming down from God, my calling, my heart. That's where I'm at. I don't plan on moving from my stance, because this is coming from the top down, from God down. So I'm gonna stand here. I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm not gonna yell and scream, call names, take shots. I'm just gonna stand right here, steady and firm. I'm gonna listen to you. And you can go all over. You can be like the wind and the waves and the sea and the ocean and blow all over the place, if that's what you want to do. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna fight. So right in the middle of that fight or flight is just that firm foundation. And my wife, she needs to be emotional, right? Like, a woman's emotions are their truth. And a guy may look at another dude who's emotional and just see it as a sign of weakness. Like, dude, you're controlled by your emotions. Like, my word is my bond, right? Like, whatever we say, like, we need to honor, and that's integrity. But a woman, her emotions are her truth. And her truth, also known as her emotions, can change quite frequently. So her truth of where it is today could change tomorrow. My truth could change as well. Our truth is always changing and evolving. It shouldn't be changing every day. It should not be changing every day. You got a problem. But there's times where we have to rethink and look at our truth, and I'm not going to get into kind of the walls and pillars of integrity right now, but I want to talk about is when you are in a disagreement with your spouse, as a man, how do you handle it? Do you fight? And if you fight, like, is it useful or non-useful? Because I spent years of my life with non-useful fighting. Okay, I spent years of my life non-useful fighting. Almost had multiple divorces, and it's just not like, why are you doing things that are not useful? There's times where we collide, and now we can collide, in a way that actually is productive. Okay, there are collisions that we can have that can actually be an act of creation. It can create something positive. Now, there's got to be some rules to collision. There's no name calling. There's no violence, obviously, and there's got to be some ground rules to collide. And when you do it that way, 100% honesty, right? And everyone's free to share whatever they feel. Now, it means you being a man, not getting triggered and getting all emotional. There's ways to collide, to create something better in your relationship, to discover truths, and you have that communication. But a lot of dudes will flight, they will run, they'll go sedate with whatever their choice of sedation is, but they will flee away from the situation and get nowhere. And I've done that too. You just shut down, I'm just not even going to talk to this bitch, whatever you say, I'm just not even going to do it. And this is the build up where things get worse, nothing gets resolved. You have that's a poor way to show up as a man, and is a sign of an incredibly poor marriage that's going to end in either divorce or just you're just both unhappy. So I'd encourage you to find this middle ground of being a firm foundation. Listening, accepting where she's at. Doesn't mean that you're going to change your stance. If you operate by God, calling, family, who you feel called to be, what you feel called to do comes from the top down. If you can marry those two, find a good place, great. But if not, you got to stand firm and just gotta love her where she's at, man. Control your emotions, bite your tongue, and just be firm. That's your job, man. Your job is not to fight. Your job is not to flee and run away, but just be firm. Just be firm. And that's why I came out here to the garage. Take a deep breath. Decompress. She's going to bed now. We'll have this conversation again tomorrow, see where we're at. And that's it. I know what I want in my relationship with her. And so at times it just means I gotta be the lighthouse. Nobody lighthouse all the time, man. Just be firm. Let her know where you stand. Let her know where she can find you. Don't be wavering all over the place. So I just want to share this. We're going through, what we went through today. And that's my question to you. How do you handle things? Are you running and fleeing away? Or are you fighting and making things worse than they need to be when you can just be firm, just be honest and real with your feelings? And just be firm. Just be a lighthouse.